Hello and welcome back to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very welcome. And we've reached number 64, and the first of our 4 anomaly maps. Not every map in the top 100 we have permission to show. It's sad, but I respect the creators' decisions and their requests, and so we won't be having a look at the map that is at number 64 today. I am going to tell you which one it is. I'm going to tell you where you can find it. The link to the original map and to the original review are in the description. But I do have a plan B, and it's a very good plan B. Bear with me. So first of all, at number 64, CoosBay by VecchioChristo. It was reviewed back in episode 675 of What's Map. You guys loved it. 88.75% approval rating. What's not to like? Huh? Right. So, link to that is in the description. Go and check it out. It's a beauty. The theme is a beauty. Loved by many. Loved by many. And the original map's great as well. Instead, we're going to have a look at one of 6 maps that I've given an all-star rating to that came out before I gave a viewer's choice, the viewer's choice ratings. So this is one of those maps that you didn't get a chance to vote on, but I couldn't find fault with. Now this one is a little on the old side. This one's a little on the old side, so you may look and you go, would that get an all-star rating now? I would argue probably not. I'd probably knuckle it down a little bit here and there. But at the time, compared to everything else we were rating, this was a standout map. So it's still a good map as well. You're still going to love it, I think. Okay, what have we got? Well, at number 64, the very first of my all-star maps that didn't quite make the final is Qua River by Qua. Now this one was released in April of 2016, so a long while ago now, okay? It currently has 17,063 subscribers. 665 have marked the map as a favourite. It has a 5-star rating on Steam, and that's from 370 people who have rated it. I reviewed this back in episode 44 of What's Map, not 1044, not 944, just 44, the very first all-star rated map. And of course I gave it 5 stars for aesthetics, 5 for detail, 5 for gameplay potential, because it's an all-star rated map. Now it's 100% vanilla, which means we should look at this with the vanilla theme. However, in the comments on the workshop page by a creator called or a subscriber called Irish, they've suggested that a really good theme for this is the Northgard Boreal theme. Now, I happen to have that one, so I figured, you know what? Why not? We'll roll with the Northgard Boreal theme. It's not going to be seeing the map exactly how it's meant to be seen, but at first glance, it does look a good theme. There are other themes available. There are always other themes available. And the same with all of the maps. If you see a map and you go, oh, I don't know if I like that because it doesn't look right, try any map with a different theme. It might be the perfect map for you. So, my first instinct, would I give this 5 stars now? My first thought is probably not for gameplay potential, because we do have this crisscross highway, a lot of pressure on this junction here. So by today's standards, I think I would have preferred a more easygoing highway layout with maybe almost a ring road around this area, that kind of thing. Something that's going to take the traffic away from, because what you're going to get traffic spawning here that wants to go here, and it's going to come up to it. And you're going to get the same here. This is going to be heavily used, very heavily used. You can see where the start square is right there. And I think what we'll do is we'll start, in fact I think the original review I started up here anyway, so we're going to start up there. We'll come down to the start square. There are some nice little very early featurettes on this map as well, so plenty to get excited about. And even down here, just look at the tree painting down here in this distant corner of the map. Again, with the vanilla theme, the tree, do you know what, I'm going to switch to the vanilla theme, because this tree painting would have been done with the vanilla theme in mind, and I think it was vanilla temperate. I think I'm not entirely sure now. We're going vanilla temperate. Pretty sure it was temperate. Where are we? Colossal order, temperate, boom. There we go. And we will roll with that one. Definitely wasn't tropical. And pretty sure it wasn't boreal. Maybe it was boreal. But anyway, the tree painting would have been done with the vanilla theme in mind. So there we go. I will switch back later on for another view with the Northgard theme as we go. So yeah, there are tiny little things like there's a little bit of a drift on the highway here. Remember, this was episode 44 of What's Map, before I really started noticing, I guess, that I was still learning. I was still learning what a good map was back then. This is a good map. It's a vanilla map. It's a base game style players map. It's a big city map. I did a let's play on this for a while. Didn't get many views, understandably, when I look back. So we've got a little bit of a jinky janky there, just a little one. Again, I won't worry about it. So easy to fix. It's not even worth sweating over. But yes, the I did a let's play on this one. I think, did I call it Qua County or something like that? And again, we've got a little elevation distress going on here. You can just see the zigzags coming along the medium there. I don't know what. I am going to switch back to the Northgard. I am, after all of that, I am going to switch back to Northgard, wherever it was. There it is. Nordic Northgard. There we go. I'm going to switch back to that. There we are. It's done. Decision's been made now, okay? There's a slightly better resolution on the textures, I feel. Slightly a bit brighter and a bit fresher. Nothing feels colder with this theme. It's a boreal theme, obviously. As we head down. So this is long before we got the brand new trees from Mr. Maison as part of... Oh, look, there's even a tree under the highway. I wouldn't have spotted that back then either. But yes, this was long before we got the brand new trees, as designed by friend of the show, Mr. Maison. Love your work, Dennis. We all love your work. In fact, we love you. There's something about him, actually. There's just something very nice. He's a nice guy. And there are creators. There are some YouTubers. Hello. You could say the same. You couldn't say the same about. But it's such a good community. This is such a great community. Mostly everybody in the community are nice people. There are one or two that we won't talk about. I'm no idea about Qua. I don't know them. I've never met them. Don't think I've even discoursed with them, but they didn't half know how to make a good map. This is such a map. Anyway, the trees under the highway. Of course, if you're playing vanilla, you would never see these. These are part of the tree count. I always let them show through the highways, just so we know what's hiding underneath the highway line. So there are little things like that. This would be preventing this from getting a 5th star for detail. And there are a few clunky bits, but this, remember, we're comparing apples with oranges here. We are looking at a map that was produced within the first year of the game coming out. And mods were at a premium. This is before Move It. The age before Move It, and so forth. So we are looking at a very early map, and it stands out as being an exceptional, very early map. And even by today's standards, it's got a real good feel to it. In terms of gameplay, we've got, I mean, when I did my city, I basically filled just this area. Did I cross the highway? I don't know if I had plans to cross the highway. Didn't happen. But in terms of buildable, we've got all these large fields which can shape your city. And the thing is, this map really did set up the way that I was going to be doing my future city builds, by working within fields and using fields as a dynamic. Didn't even do anything, because we've got this little divot here, deliberate divot. You can tell by the way we got the detailing in there. And I built around it. I figured, do you know what? I like that these things set some deliberate boundaries for us. And so always looks and feels good. Then we have the big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. It's fine. It's a base standard, ordinary, regular suspension bridge. Nothing wrong with that at all. Very nice. Oh, of course, the hexagon. I forgot about the hexagon. Sorry, I'm thinking about my city build now. The hexagon, man. We'll get to that. Right. So we have the swooshy intersection here. Very swooshy going on. Which connects up to the edge of the map all the way up there. The edge of the map over there. And of course the edge of the map if we go down past the quarry. And then the edge of the map around here. So it's all very nice. Now, what do I remember about my city build? I went industry along here with harbours. And I found space here where basically I built a hexagonal monolith city. It was horrible, ugly. Don't go watch my old work. Do not, please. It was horrible. It was monolithic. It was a concept. It didn't work. Not playing vanilla rules. It was yeah. just no. No, just no is what we say to that. But I had fun doing it, and it's a game, and it's all about having a game. But anyway, the quarry, even well with the wrong theme, which is what we're using here, that still looks very nice. And of course we have everybody's favourite factory from before the time that such a little song even existed. We have the essential lighthouse, a little feature area. Look at this feature. Okay, we've got water glitching. Yep, we know about that sort of thing. But back at the time, little feature area deliberately built. Why not many people were doing that kind of thing back then. We have this little rugged area here with another lighthouse perched on the top. That looks really good. I mean, the terrain work here is superb. Then we had some offshore islands. Now, if I remember rightly, I think I set up the island here for landfill. And I was shipping out wastes to the island here. I think this island here was also industrial. I think. I'm trying to reminisce back to my own personal builds. But yeah, that was I had so much fun. It was my first fun build. My first custom map where I'd had a look at, I played on the workshop, on the base game maps, and just, it was alright, it was okay. Then this map, just like, wow, just wowed me. We're not finished, because you see, we've got all this land over here where we have hills that we can climb up and into. But if you have a look here, we have a little bit of a river canyon going on. Very sweet, as they say. Nice canyon, good looking canyon. And again, this is long before people were doing canyons in the game. It was all mundane stuff or crazy stuff. Or a combination of the both, I guess. And then over this, we've got some more hills tucked over here too. But you could build up this way. You can imagine a small town over here. And imagine how you would try and connect it with your main town, your main build up the river. And have a look up the river. I mean, we've got such a beautiful, wide and winding river. Really, really great shape for the river. Then we do have some extra feature areas. Like, it's a castle. There she is. Right up there. Looking very nice. Simple, believable, totally on board with that. I think there was another little castle somewhere, wasn't there? I think. Was this it down here? Let's say a rock there. I vaguely remember there being another little feature castle somewhere. Could it be here? Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I've got false memories now. I think I'm getting false memories. But we do... Oh, there we go. We have this little thing. Sorry. We have one of these. A little stone circle there. And have a little look at how we have the terrain etched out around there as well. So it's not just I'm placing a stone circle. It's not just I'm doing some rock detailing in there. It's I'm putting it in a place where you can imagine the ancients would, I mean, come watch the sunrise or sunset or whatever, and overlooking the water that brings life to the area. Totally buy that. And then we have the country house estate as well, which I did tie into my city build. What I really like here again is we have a little tree lined avenue leading down through land which is clearly owned by the posh estate, and we have here just a little believable house there, including an ornamental pond. It's very, 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 very nicely thought out. The size of that feels about right in context of everything, and I was able to tie it onto the top end. I should have done more detailed work on this, but I'm not going back to it, not now. Little farming areas up here as well, so you could do maybe a small town over here, maybe some farming areas up this way. It's such a great map, even to this day. Such a great map. Water spawns in this little wetland rugged area there, coming down off the hills. And a water spawn coming down off the hills over this way as well. Definitely some things by modern standards I would want upgrading, but even the rail, I mean, just have a look at the rail. Flying. Yes, we've got train, we've got trees on the tracks. As I explained previously, that's just an anarchy setting and not something that Qua would have ever anticipated. Plus those trees were right out the 25 tiles anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. And then that heads off, down and through. Totally believable. Totally usable. Great builder's map. Great build. Even look. We've even got a little island over here. Just as a little bit more spruce and life. Love it. Absolutely love it. One of my favourite maps of all time. Mostly because I had a good time building on it. And it's all about having a good time, isn't it? There we go. Qua River by Qua. Not the 64th best map of all time, but the very first one to get the all-star rating on WhatMap. Again, if you want to see the 64th best map of all time, well, you know what to do. Episode 675 of WhatMap, and of course the link to the original map and this map are in the description. Qua River by Qua, replacing CoosBay by VecchioChristo. And that is that. Now tomorrow we are going to see the map that is actually number 63, but there are going to be 3 more maps where we'll be looking at old 5-star rated maps, all-star rated maps from before the time that you could vote. So they're to come. Anyway, I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks to all the BonBon buddies, and I'll send you a little hug in the post. Thanks for watching.